So here we are, the Emerald Open Tree draft breakdown. You already know me for uploading Gen 3 BGC, but this time it is not in BGC, this is singles, 6v6 singles. So this Gen 3, it's the mounts allowed were the same mounts that are in OU, with the exception of Jirachi and Suicune. I don't know much about Gen 3 drafts, so I guess they are broken. Anyway, my first mon was Zapdos. You already know what Zapdos does. It has very good typing and stats, and one thing that you have to remember is that in this gen, Choice Scarf doesn't exist. So having a fast mon is gonna be very important for my team, because, for example, if you have a 100 base speed mon, nothing that isn't base 100 or more can outspeed it, unless I don't run speed investment. This mon can be great defensively and offensively, and I can't talk about this mon without talking about the next one, Duke Trio. Everyone knows the Zapdos combo. You have Zapdos out, and your opponent fears going into a special wall because Zapdos can button pass and go into Duke Trio. That they wanna go into their bulky electric, like I don't know, maybe a Raikou. You button pass and go into your Duke Trio and kill them. If they wanna go into, let's say, Blissey, you button pass, go into Duke Trio and kill them, etc. Duke Trio also, as I told you, not only there's no Choice Scarf, there is also no Shed Shell. So when you trap someone, they are trapped there. One thing to note for the people of the newer gens, Duke Trio in this gen doesn't have 100 attack like in later gens. In this gen it only has 80 attack, it has 20 less. So you are gonna feel it, and there are monsters that I am not gonna be able to kill when I trap them. But still, Duke Trio can be beat to survive hits, especially because this is draft, so maybe their fastest mon is at 110, so I don't need to go full 120 to 52 plus. I can go just to speed 110s. Also, in some games I can even afford to be adamant, possibly. This mon is just so good to trap mons. There's no team preview, so they are gonna get trapped. Duke Trio is amazing, Zapdos is amazing, they have a great combo. And next, we have Forretress. You might remember Forretress because I also have it in another draft that I am in, the OFC draft, though that is Gen 9 obviously. This one is just Gen 3, but Forretress does the same thing. It sets up hazards, in this case only spikes, and it's a rapid spinner. Both spikers and spinners are very valuable in this gen. For one thing, there are good ghosts. There's like Gengar, and then Duke Clubs, and then it goes down to Banette and Miss Rebels. So you know, many people are not gonna have ghosts, and even if they have, they are gonna be most likely bad, and maybe they don't even come. So Forretress is amazing. Also in this gen, ghosts can be trapped by Duke Trio, though like about half of the ghosts are levitators, so they are immune, and there's also Duke Clubs who is never gonna get trapped by Duke Trio because they beat me anyway. I can trap Banette, I guess, or Sableye. So Forretress is there for that, but one thing that you have to keep in mind in my team right now, I need breakers. Like Zapdos isn't enough of a breaker. I need my opponent to be switching out and taking spikes, because that's what Forretress is good for. So I need a strong mon. So I decided to go for Tauros. Tauros has 110 base speed, so it's gonna force my opponents out a lot. Not many mons are faster than Tauros. It's also very strong. Base 100 attack might not seem like a lot, but remember this mon has Earthquake and Double Edge. Not much else besides those two moves, but those two moves are basically perfect coverage, except for maybe Skarmory, but besides Skarmory, which her worst is Mon, nothing else is gonna be switching into me. So that's what this, well, Gengar too, I guess, but Gengar doesn't switch into Mons. I could have HP Ghost. So that's what this Mon does. It also can get in the field easily, quote unquote, because it has Intimidate. If my opponent has a physical Mon that isn't gonna be doing much damage, I can just switch into them. So one thing that you might look into my team is I have problems with ghosts, for example, because they spin block my Forretress. Many of the ghosts don't care about Dugtrio. They can wall my Tauros, so I decide to go with one of the best Pursuit Droppers, Houndoom. Houndoom also has Flash Fire, so it can switch into fire moves that go into Forretress. It's also a nice resist, quote unquote. It doesn't have the best stats, but it can switch into ice moves that will be going into my Zapdos or my Dugtrio. It's also very fast, which, as I told you, is good in this gen. It's strong with those crunches and those fire blasts. So this mon is gonna be spreading pain. This mon is gonna be pursuit dropping my opponents. It's a good mon and it fit my team perfectly because of the needs I have. But one thing that you might look into my team currently is Zapdos weak to rock, Houndoom weak to rock, and my steel type is not a rock resist, and my ground type is not a resist to any move ever because it's gonna die. So I need a rock resist. And also, if you look at my team, I have Houndoom and Dugtrio, which are weak to water, and I don't have water switchings. So I needed a water resist and a rock resist, and you know who fit there? Poliwrath. So first of all, this all-gen Poliwrath. So just like Dugtrio has 20 less attack in this gen than in later gens, in this gen Poliwrath has 10 less attack. In later gens it has 95, here it has 85. Still, Poliwrath is amazing. It can be a rock resist, a water resist, as I told you. It has water absorb if I really need to be a water resist. Also, Poliwrath has damp, because if you look at my team, I don't have a ghost, so I can kind of be explosion bait. My opponents can just click explosion knowing that a ghost is not gonna come in. But with Poliwrath I can switch into explosion and I'm not gonna be taking damage. So that's one very important thing that I can do with Poliwrath. It also can be a Belidron sweeper. It can do many things. It's very decent. It's not the best water type possible, but it's one that fits into my team. It has bulk, like these stats are not bad. It's gonna struggle a little bit to do damage, but also it helps with the speed gaps. So I had to do a small pause there, but anyway, next up is Venusaur. Well, what does Venusaur do? It is a defensive mon that is also offensive. It helps with the speed gap, because as you can look at it, I went from 70, before I went from 70 to 95, now I have a mon in 80. It has a great type. It can help to switch into moves, like for example, I have now another water switching. This mon can switch into, you know what this mon does. It can switch into fighting type moves, for example, if Zapdos isn't enough, which sometimes it can be. It's bulky. It's just a good mon all around. It gets Synthesis, which not many people are gonna have Tyranitar because this draft only one person comes per ball. So Synthesis is good recovery. It gets Leech Seed also. It gets good moves all around. Sleep Powder is also an important one. So that's what this mon does. It fits just perfectly into my team. And lastly, if you look at my team, something that you might realize is that both Tauros and Venusaur losing to Skarmory. In every pool, someone is gonna draft Skarmory, right? Like, it's a good mon to draft. So, I used my last point for Magnemite. What does Magnemite do? It drops Skarmory, and that's it. Maybe they have to run speed and HP round. If they do, that's good for me. If they don't, I just trap and kill them. So, Magnemite, it's very good. It can also manage to drop some other steel types, like maybe Aggron with HP round, like maybe Scizor with HP fire, or whatever steel type you can think of. This mon can drop them. Well, it can drop some like Steelix, doesn't get dropped, Registeel, etc. But you know what this mon does. I had a 1 point. This was the best 1 pointer because of what it can do. So it fit perfectly into my team. So that's my team. I'm gonna be uploading this every week, probably. So that's it. I hope I can go well in this draft. This is my first time doing a Gentry draft, and I haven't played Gentry singles in a long time. I have only played BGC Gentry, which you can watch videos of in this channel. I have uploaded many, and I plan to upload them more. So anyway, that's my team, and